Approximately 15 to 25% of children and adolescents have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. With sleep being such a major part of a child's development, getting enough Z's is very important. But when a child struggles, is melatonin a solution? Joining us today to discuss that is Dr. Stephanie Hansen, a pediatrician with Sanford Health. Thank you so much for coming in. This is kind of a hot button topic. First, can we just start with what is melatonin? If parents at home are saying that I've heard all my friends talking about this, but what exactly is it when we talk about giving it to our children?
Well, melatonin is a hormone-like substance that's naturally produced by the brain, and it's something that signals your body that it's time to go to sleep. And you can get it in an over-the-counter pill form or liquid form that's sold as a dietary supplement, and it's supposed to be helpful to help people fall asleep.
Do you have parents come in with their children and ask you whether or not they should be using this?
Almost every day people talk to me about melatonin, and like you alluded to, this really is something that's very popular right now and that a lot of people are talking about.
So what do you tell parents if they say, I'm considering using this for my child?
Yeah, well, I always like to remind people that melatonin is not a sleeping pill. We really don't think of it that way. It's sold as a dietary supplement, meaning that it hasn't been well tested in kids. It's not regulated by the FDA in the same way that other medications are. And we don't know what the risks of the long-term use of melatonin are in kids.
Is there any early research that you have read, or, I mean, what do you feel are the concerns with having your child take this?
Yeah, well, we think it's safe for short-term use, but we really wonder if in long-term use, if it could affect growth and development, particularly pubertal development. It can certainly cause some grogginess in the morning after kids have taken it, and it can also increase nighttime bedwetting.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, because there are gummies out there, so I know that it's marketed for kids.
Yeah.
Now, kind of explain the difference too. It's not a sleeping pill.
No.
So when parents think that there's differences too with having a hard time falling asleep versus staying asleep and then being groggy in the morning. Yeah. How do you kind of explain the differences?
Yeah, well, really the best bet for kids when you're trying to help them get to bed is to establish a regular bedtime routine, get the screens out of the bedroom, keep your kids physically active during the day. Now, sometimes with our busy schedules and changes in routine, kids need a little extra help to fall asleep at night. And what the melatonin would do is just give their body that signal that it's time to start settling down and go to bed. But it's not really going to put them to sleep.
Okay. And talk about the different ages, how this could affect, because, it could be your toddler who's just bouncing around and not wanting to go to sleep, but then also all the way up to a high schooler, correct? Yeah, they might sometimes also have a hard time settling down.
Yeah, so it's true. Across the lifespan, people can have trouble sleeping for a variety of reasons. And again, I think it's important for people, if they're considering the use of melatonin for their kids, to talk to their pediatrician about it. And they can really run through the risks and benefits with you, talk about how it might interact with your child's other medications, and whether or not it would be a useful or a safe thing for you to try.
I hadn't thought about that. There's always the other medications they may be on. That's something before you just, because you can go buy it without a prescription. Can you talk to the pharmacist as well? Talk to your pediatrician?
Yeah, I think your pediatrician really is your best bet. They have a lot of information about melatonin. They also know your child well, so they can help you make those decisions.
Talk a little bit more, I guess, as well. You said maybe not a bad thing for the short term. I always want to know, well, what is short term, long term? Are we talking a week, 3 months, a year?
Really a week or two. And I think about those times when schedules are changing. So you've been traveling and your child's experiencing jet lag, or it's the end of summer and it's time to go back to school and you're trying to shift the bedtime earlier. Summer break or holiday break from school is another time where kids will have trouble sleeping.
Does it seem like some kids, there is a difference? I feel like I have two daughters. I don't feel like, I know I have two kids. One is like, I'm ready to go to bed. She lays down, goes to sleep. The other one's like, no, bouncing off. So children really do just have different sleep patterns, correct?
Yeah, they do. Just like kids have different temperaments and different personalities, kids have differing abilities when it comes to falling asleep. And some of them, it's not an issue. Like you said, I'm ready to go to bed, and they do it. Others, they have trouble shutting their brain down. They have trouble relaxing. They might have some underlying anxiety or mood concerns. So there are some things that can impact kids' sleep.
Okay, so interesting. Why do you think we're discussing this more? I feel like, is it marketing or just word of mouth? I mean,
I think it's all of that. You know, the power of the internet and social media. This is a common topic people are talking about, and You know, as soon as someone uses it and has success, they talk to their friends and that word spreads. I just want people to be cautious about it and talk to their pediatrician.
Great advice. Thank you so much, Dr. Hansen, for coming in. All right, we'll be right back here on North Dakota Today with your daily dose of motivation.